All right, so today what we're going to talk about is slope of a line. Now, slope of a line is just the rate of change of a line. It's the change in the y value over the change in the x values. Now, if you remember, we've talked about rate of change before, and we talked it in the form of y equals kx. Well, we're talking again about that k, except now, instead of referring to it as the rate of change, we're going to be referring to it as slope. Okay, and we're gonna find a new way to find it using ordered pairs, t-charts, and later we're going to be doing graphs and things like that. So we're going to be going in and really determining how to find that k, or that slope specifically, and going through there and doing that. So we have what's called a slope formula, and that's this. Okay, and what you can do with your slope formula is it is the change in the y's over the change in the x's. And I probably should have put that up there, but it's the change in the y's over the change in the x's. Now, you have to make sure that when you're using the slope formula that you're doing ordered pairs together. This is y2 over x2 minus y1 over x1. Okay, so what does this mean? Well, if we're looking at ordered pairs here, we have x1, y1. They're saying this ordered pair, this group of ordered pairs is together. Okay, 8, 4. Okay, and then this group of ordered pair, x2, y2, 10, 6. And what they do is they take this and they put this 10, okay, or in for x2, and this 6 in for y2. They go together. Biggest mistake I see is to put the 10 here and the 6 over here because it makes the math easier. Don't do that. Okay? 10 here, 6 here. Okay? Where I put this 10, I have to line it up with that y. Where I put this x, I line up with the y. And I'm stressing that because that's the biggest mistake I see with the slope formula, is that right there. Okay? So now 8, 4. So the first one you place determines where all the others are going to be placed. Okay, so here we go. y2 minus y1, x2 minus, that should be x1, minus x1. Okay, so here, 10 minus 8, 6 minus 4. Well, 6 minus 4 is 2. 10 minus 8 is 2. So now I get this 2 over 2, or 1 over 1. So the slope, or the rate of change here, is 1 over 1, or 1. It can be a whole number, but remember that underneath that is a 1. Okay? This is not hard, but there's little spots that we make mistakes in. Okay? But setting it up, almost all the mistakes are in the setup. Okay? So watch that, be aware of it. What we're finding is that rate of change off of 2 points. Okay? That's what we're finding. So we're finding slope of a line, or the rate of the change of a line, off of 2 points. That's what we're doing. We're saying, oh, here's 2 points that are on that line. Tell me what the slope of that line is. That's what we're doing. Okay, so here, we got 2 points off of a line. That's all we're given, 2 points. And they say, find the slope of the line. Okay, well, normally you'd look at it and go, oh, okay, and you just kind of look at it. Well, we have something that helps us. We have the slope formula that tells us exactly what to do with that. So we're going to take the slope formula and use it to find our slope, or our rate of change. Okay, so here, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now, it doesn't matter which one of these you choose first. It can be either one, and it'll come out the same. I generally look at my numbers and determine which way I want to do the subtraction. But the moment that I determine the first number to go in, that's the way it has to be. So if I take this one and I say, oh, this is going to be my x2, this is going to be my y2, that sets it up. Okay, so here. 8 is a y. Well, now I've put this 8 for y2 that forces this x that's with that y to go here. It forces it. Okay, so now this has to be the 6. And it's subtraction here. And now this has to go here, and this has to go here. Okay, that's the most important thing that when you're doing this, that you get right, because you'll make a mistake there. So here, 8 minus 2, 6 minus 3, 3, and then reduce. Okay, reduce. Divide by 3, divide by 3, you get 2 over 1, or 2. Okay, so my slope is 2 over 1, or 2. The change in the y's over the change in the x's. That's what you're looking at here. The change in the y's over the change in the x's. So 2 over 1, or 2. So the rate of change, the slope, is one of these two things. Both of them work. Both of them work. Okay. Same thing here. Exact same thing. Just set it up. Pick one to be the first set. Pick one to be the second set. That's what you're looking for. All right. Here, I would do this one because of that 12. 12. The moment I do that, that forces that 7 there. Okay? Remember, this is a y, this is your x, this is your y, this is your x, this is your y. Okay? So, 12, 7, minus, because that's the formula. Okay? So now that that's there, this y has to go here, this x has to go here. So 12 minus 7 should give me 5. 7 minus 5 should give me 2. 5 over 2. It's okay to have a fraction as your slope. Okay? That's what, it's okay to have that. This is telling me that my rate of change is 5 over 2. Okay? That's what it's telling me. All right? It's just fine to have a fraction. It's no problem there. Okay? Now we go through. Same setup. Here we go. I always put my biggest number first because it makes nice subtraction easier. That's just me. Okay? So here's the y. Here's the x. Here's the y. Here's the x. Every time. It's the same every time. First one's your x. Second one's your y. Alright, so 5 minus. As soon as I use the 5 there, the 1 goes there. Not an option. Okay, now here, well, 2, 3. Oh, 3. 3, right? Okay, 5 minus 2 gets me 3. 1 minus 3 gets me negative 2. You can have negatives for your slope. If it's negative, what that means for my line is that it's going downward. Over here where it's positive, that means my line's going upward. Okay, so a positive number means you got an upward slope. Negative number means you have a downward slope. Very important that you understand that. Okay, but as we go through this, it's not that bad. Now remember, T-charts are just a list of ordered pairs. That's all it is. Okay, here's one, here's one, here's one. If you have a list of these, like this, you can pick the 2 that you want to use. Just pick 2. Now, I'm going to use these 2 because they're the smaller numbers and it's easy to use. The moment that I use one of my y's there, remember the y's are on top, the x's are on bottom, y minus, okay, once I use that there, over here, negative 2. The x that's associated with that first y goes there, minus. Now I get to pick either one of these, doesn't matter, whichever one. Okay, but I'm going to choose this one, minus 1, 2. Now look, once you have this, click, click. Okay, make it easy on yourself. 7 plus 1, 8. Right here, negative 2, minus 2, click, click. Negative 2 plus negative 2, negative 4. 8 over 4 reduces. Divide by 4, divide by 4. 8 divided by 4 gets me 2. 4 divided by 4 gets me 1. This is a negative. I have a negative slope, it's going downward, negative 2 over 1, or negative 2. That's all there is to that. Guys, once you get comfortable using this formula, you're going to be just flying through it. It's not that bad. All right, last one. Okay, and actually that was pretty good. Last one, same setup. All right, choose one, and let's choose one of these other ones. Okay, let's choose that one. 13, 6. The moment I chose that one goes there. Okay, minus, and let's do this one. 10 and 4. Since I did negatives over there, should be good here. Okay, 13 minus 10 gets me 3. 6 minus 4 gets me 2. 3 over 2. Once you get comfortable here, you're going to fly through these, but watch those mistakes. There's lots of places for you to make mistakes. Putting the wrong number in the wrong spot, accidentally putting an X where the Y goes. It's really easy to do. Be careful with that. All this is finding your rate of change, finding your slope off of 2 points. You can do that off of just being given 2 points. You can do that off of being given a T-chart, T-table. If you need any help, let me know.